I don't know what week this is, but we're doing good. Got some nice looking hydrangea coming in. Amaranth, the white circle you see around it, is diatomaceous earth, just to keep any potential slugs from getting near it. It'll dry them out and cut them up, because diatomaceous earth, if you don't already know, it's crushed up seashells and crap like that, so it cuts the bellies. Pumpkin and spaghetti squash in the back there, coming up decently. Some of the leaves are looking a little yellow, so I'm going to come out with some wood ash later or tomorrow. The outside tomatoes are getting much taller. I clipped all the bottom leaves off to give them more root growth potential, to strengthen them up a bit, because there's a little caterpillar, that little guy right there crawling along. I lost him. There he is. Field snap peas are almost over my fence again and starting to come in good. The tomatoes in behind them are nice and tall, getting there, doing their thing. I'm going to start letting them flower now. They're tall enough that if they bear fruit, they shouldn't fall over. Got some cherry tomatoes in the midst there. I'm letting all these guys flower now. I was clipping them until they got a little bit taller. These little guys down here I'm probably going to do still. The tomatoes I put in from seed, those are getting pretty tall. So, and I still think I could probably get, oh, there's another tomato growing in right there. I still think I can probably start them from seed next year without having to start them early, judging by how quickly most of those have grown, but we'll see. I might still wait until the ground's a little softer before I do that. Give it another year. My watermelon patch here, various melon. I don't know which one's watermelon and which one's some other type of melon. But we get down in here. There's a blossomed flower that's closed up that was open today. There's another head blossoming. Let's see. There's one that's starting to close. It was open today. Get into the squash here and you can see all the yellow flowers blooming all over the place. Gonna have lots of squash. You can see more of it right there. Unopened heads. Corn's doing good. The beans haven't done the best job. They do okay. I can't really tell if they're helping them with the nitrogen or not, but I'm kind of supplementing with wood ash and a few other, just to keep them green. You can see those have darkened up. I went out the other day. They were more lime green. Get down in here. Where did I see that one? Oh, so funny. There's a, let's see if I can find it again. I lost it. Oh, there it is. That right there is a little cucumber growing in. It's funny. I started my second batch of greens. More back of corn at a different angle. Taters, still doing good. They haven't flowered yet, so they ain't ready to pick them. These rows, you see lines in there in the wood chips. Those are all new rows of greens that I put in. There's some cabbage that did manage to come up through, but I don't know if it's going to do anything. I think the reason why I did those rows is because over here it's been about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, and all these little guys have come up. That's the kale, and it's nice and tall, and it's looking way better than it did in the other spot. And then I've got lettuce doing the same. I made rows just to experiment, play around, see if I moved all the wood chips off of them, if they'd come up better without the wood chips around them, and then get thicker and then move the wood chips back. So I got another line here going, and I didn't do one there. I started to try and do one there, but the ground is really where this tree was protecting from the grain, it's really just compact because of how dry it got, so I didn't bother. More sugar snap peas getting tall over here. You can tell noted by the white flower rather than the field pea flower, which is various colors, pink and purple, blues, greens. It varies, but mine, the majority of mine have been pink and purple. I've seen some different colored ones. You can see some peas over there. Oh yeah, the beans have been flowering nice, and they're starting to do what they said. They're climbing up the corn and viming up. It's really neat, and that ain't gonna bother the, there's no chance of the corn getting choked out like that. It ain't gonna hurt it any. Something's been picking at the corn. Look at that. I wonder if that's the little pest right there or not. Looks like, yep, that's a slug right there. So, gonna have to come out and be more attentive. Corn is it's the big one that's really tough to protect because there's so many things that just, slugs like it, aphids like it, birds like it. So, have to figure something else for the corn next year, see how it's growing up, and I definitely need to do something else. It's not like it's doing terrible, but it could be doing better as well. That's it for over here. Oh, I confirmed that what was in, we used it the other day with the chicken and it was delicious. that stuff growing in there is fresh basil. Still have no clue how it got in there, but I like it nonetheless. Everything is doing nice, still green in there. I haven't planted it yet. It's kind of funny how it's just sitting there like that. Asparagus still doing good here. The soil here is good for the asparagus. Unlike, even though the tree has been protecting it from the rain, a big issue is the level of wood chips. As you can see, it's still nice and wet there, even though the tree's been protecting it because it's been holding the moisture, because there's like 4 inches of wood chips here. And as I dig through, trying to get to the ground here, see the ground's still nice and wet there. So even when there's drought, the wood chips that are the lower layer holding the moisture. Anyway, that's it for that one.